They stopped building about 1956. But it's always been moving, so they're building on all this alluvium. Now you put alluvium on San Gabriel Mountains, or because they all have alluvium, and you can build houses there because there's a couple things that aren't happening. When PV was uplifted, there was a lot of volcanic activity. The volcanic activity produced ash. The ash put a layer of ash between these other sedimentary layers. The ash over millions of years becomes what's called bentonite or clay. So now we have this uplift, and it didn't uplift this sedimentary layer like that. It lifted up like this. So now we have the sedimentary layers facing the ocean on an angle. You have that bentonite, which is the clay, in there. You have fairly weak sedimentary rock that's fairly porous. So when the rain hits it, it percolates down in this broken shale, hits the clay. We also have ocean that's constantly eroding the face of this cliff. This is called the angle of repose. The top of the cliff, face the cliff, the ocean. The ocean is constantly hitting this base of this cliff, which takes away the buttress effect, and it starts to slide. Plus you have the water hitting the bentonite. Bentonite fails very easily, but bentonite doesn't allow water to really soak through it. Clay is pretty impervious to water. So you have all this water above it, making the clay soft. It fails very easily. We have a wave action constantly hitting the toe of the cliff, so you constantly have these little slides. And we're always, but some areas of PV are on rock. They're on basalt, they're on sedimentary rock, and they're very, very strong. Portuguese Bend, Flying Triangle, Abalone Cove are three places that aren't. This is Bubbles the whale from when Marineland was closed. They moved it here. It's been sitting here for about 20 years. This is the Rancho Palos Verdes City Hall, and this is the storage yard. But the storage yard is actually part of the Nike missile base that was in the 1950s. It was both Nike Ajax and Nike Hercules. It was a big difference with SAM, surface-to-air missiles, because they actually were radar guided. Opposed to having guidance by people, they would lock onto a target and the radar would guide them in. These are the silos, and there is some talk about developing this but using it as is. So that would be kind of neat if they opened it up. The silos held all these missiles, and the doors of the silo actually moved in. They didn't go up, they moved in. And Yul Hauser did one of these in San Diego. Looked just the same, and he actually showed how these things work. And we have exactly the same thing at White Point, except White Point was nuclear capable. And you can walk around the White Point site and get a little bit closer and stand on them. But I'm always glad anything's left at all. I mean, there's been so much development that when I see native plants or I see anything like this, I'm always really, really glad that it's here. Because at least it's here and we can maybe do something with it. So I don't know how long Bubbles is going to make it, but it's been here for about 20 years. So that concludes our walk of this month with the Palos Verdes Peninsula Land Conservancy. Next month we'll have another walk. You might want to check our website. And so that's it.
Are you going to be on it?
I will be here. I'm always here.
Are you going to be one of the guides?
Yeah. I'm always a guide, and my name's Russ for the Palos Verdes Peninsula Land Conservancy, and I hope you had a good time. See you next time.
See ya.
Bye-bye.
Bye.